In this video, we're going to be watching Dr. Habib give a brief description of an ossified cervical tendon. Pay attention, as what Dr. Habib has done is he has carefully pulled back a small portion of the plaster cast that's covering the bone. The plaster cast is placed onto the bone to protect the bone from the elements. In a prior video, you saw us scrambling to try and cover up that bone, even though it had the plaster cast over it, because a storm was rolling in. And luckily, that what you saw us do did protect the bone. We came back to that bone the next day, uncovered everything, and this is the video of what you're seeing, Dr. Habib uncovering that little window of bone. So you're going to be looking at an actual dinosaur bone as it lies in the ground. The teaching point for today's video is not a medical teaching point, but it's a teaching point that nonetheless I think is important for you to know, because for those of you out there that think dinosaurs are cool and dinosaur bones are very interesting, it's quite possible that if you're out and about, depending on where you are, or even if you're in a random location that has not been known to have any kind of dinosaur bones, you may stumble upon something sticking out of the ground with a color that is different than the surrounding sand or rocks or trees or bushes. Pay attention in this video to the little clip where you see Dr. Habib showing us the bone and how it looks different from everything else around it. If you happen to come upon something that you think is a dinosaur bone or of some importance like that, please try to mark the location, remember the location, go back home and find the nearest museum to where you live that has dinosaur bones in it. Contact the museum and let them know that you think you may have found something. They will decide of the, where they want to go and what they want to do with it, but just as a responsible human being who likes dinosaurs, do that for us, because you might be the person who finds the next amazing dinosaur. You might find a dinosaur that we have not yet seen, we have not yet discovered. It could be you.
Hey, Mike. Yeah.
What do you got?
We're looking at an ossified cervical tendon. It is often called a cervical rib. It is not actually a rib. It attaches to, or did attach to, a small element that was in fact a cervical rib. So, quick, it's context for that. Mammals, ourselves included, don't have ribs on our cervical vertebrae, on the vertebrae of our neck. We actually form the same precursor for them, but then they fuse into the vertebrae and become part of the transverse process. So we don't have actual ribs. Reptiles do. And for a long time, these long spike-like rods that are in sauropod necks were thought to be those ribs that have just been reoriented for very long. And then it was discovered a handful of years back, they've already sort of suspected, based on fossilized evidence, that they were not actually ribs. They are tendons from the long skull muscles, that have ossified from the bone.
In this video, Dr. Habib is describing a portion of the dinosaur bone that he has identified as an ossified cervical tendon. So in the human body, we have, the skull you see here and the neck bones right here. The neck bones are referred to as cervical vertebrae. So a cervical tendon would be a tendon that helps to connect these vertebrae, because your bones aren't just going to stay on top of each other without some sort of protection and support. Let's go to another page here. Here we can see the actual bones, or at least a photograph of the actual bones. And you can see how the bones line up fairly well on top of each other. But there is a very large group of supporting tendons and ligaments that help hold everything together. And Dr. Habib has identified one of them in the actual dinosaur specimen. Here's an x-ray also showing the bones. We're not actually looking at tendons here in these pictures, but just try to imagine tendons and ligaments connecting the different parts of the bones together so that the neck and the cervical vertebrae remain intact.